What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. This video, we are just going to be going over the new summer banner, which is Summer Seyun Sky and Summer Measurable Bright, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe we did get cards also. Obviously, we did get the new story event. So yeah, I think it was Kiseki and Almond Eye for the actual banner, and I think Fusaichi Pandora for the event card. I think that was how it was, but it doesn't matter if I got it wrong or not. We'll take a look and I'll correct myself if need be, if we need to when I look over these stuff. But with that, that's pretty much the plan for the video. Just go over whatever just got it added into the game, as in Saiyan Sky, Measurable Bright, the summer variant or alts. And then the support card, just a quick look at them. Maybe the missions, if I managed to find the missions, because I think the last time, or the last two times, I wasn't able to see it. But it's pretty straightforward. I mean, for the most part, 90% of it's the same. When it comes to just basically getting a certain amount in the I guess, team trials, the PvP. That getting a certain amount of fans, beating a certain amount of races and G1 races. So it's not necessarily, that's pretty much the priority of it, the majority of it, I meant. And then certain races, which you'll know just by the icon right beside the race, it will normally show. So if I don't end up going over it, that's pretty much what it is. From what I remember after going over it for a long time. So it is what it is. But today's video, just after all that, we're just going to go over the comments, and then that'll be pretty much it for this, and then I'll be able to jump into global, because it is Thursday if I'm not mistaken. And then tomorrow, I guess one video, the last video for, I guess, July, because I believe tomorrow is the last day of July. One training video is what I meant to say for the week, since we pretty much just did the CM. Now we're going into a banner overview, and then tomorrow's Friday, so we'll see who I decide to train tomorrow for the League of Heroes. But before we do jump into the banner overview, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. I think I should probably make some space, so I guess tomorrow I'll let y'all know about the circle, because if we take a look right now, let's see. Let's see. Let me check the circle out right now. Let's scroll down here. 52 days. Fox, you're more or less out of here. Honestly, I might 62 days. So yeah, I might. Darren is usually on and off, so it's fine. Ren also has been on and off from what it seems like. If you don't know who Ren and Darren, they've been around probably since the second year, heading towards the third, maybe. So I'll probably just get rid of, kick out some of the this one, Fox and all that, like probably like 3 to 5 spots for space in the circle, if anything, unless unless Eugen just tells me who I should be kicking out instead. But other than that, I'll do it on my own. Probably today, if not tomorrow. But other than that, let's just get started with the banner overview. Starting off with Seyun Sky. At level 1, 3-star, 97 speed, 88 stamina, 79 power, 89 guts, and 97 wise. At level 5, 5-star, 118 speed, 108 stamina, 97 power, 109 guts, and 118 wise. For her aptitudes, turf runner. Mile to long distance, as long as you bring up that mile to an A, and then she's just a runner. But you can use it as I guess pretty much any other position if you want, but she's just pretty much a runner. And then for her growth rate, 15% on wise, 10% on guts, and 5% on power. That's what I meant to say. And then now we'll go over the skills. Starting off with the unique skill. Relax and let the sea breeze sit freely. If you are ahead, somewhere in the middle of the race, you'll move very far forward for a short time. If you are not slow at the start, your acceleration increases for a short time at some point early in the final stages for leader turf. Runner turf is what I meant to say, leader. I guess obviously then should just be fine for all races as long as you it's turf. As long as it's turf and you use it as a leader. Or why do I keep saying leader? As a runner. My bad, guys. Runner, escape, that. As long as you use a runner or escape for turf races. Why do I keep saying leader? Because I've been training too many leaders, probably. For her innate skills, the first one we'll be going over is fast pace, which is this one. For runners, if you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Then we have guess the game for runner medium distance. If your speed is high enough, the speed increases slightly. If I guess also if your wise is high enough, then it will increase a little bit as well. That's my assumption off by what I see here. Is this the first time it's? Yeah, this is the first time it's. This is the first time it's in the game, so it is a new skill. So I'm kind of like, right? And then we have leader for front runners, escape runners, however you want to call them, for medium distance as well. In the middle of the race, pace slightly increases when moving forward. That's it. And that's it. For the awakening skills, we have at level 2, secret weapon. If you are in the middle of the final sprint at the start of the race, your speed will increase slightly. That caught me. I was like, huh? If you're in the middle of the final sprint at the start of the race, so I guess just the start of the race, and when you're sprinting, I guess that's what it means. Because I'm just like, huh? Final sprint, beginning of the race, I guess. But escape artist for level 30, which is for this one for runners. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will increase. Level 4, unprecedented. For runner medium, if you're in the first half of the pack at a random point on the third corner, you will get a slight speed boost. And on level 5, we have Vanguard. If in the middle of the race, your pace increases when moving forward for runner medium distance. And then, with the evolve skills from escape artists into leisurely vacation, I guess that's what it's called. For this is the one, right? Yeah, this is the one. For the runner and medium distance. In turf races where speed increases in the middle of the race, your pace increases dramatically. And then for the conditions, win any G1 medium race twice or 2 times, and then the second one have at least 800 power. And then from Vanguard into Natsukaze Frontrunner for runner medium distance. And turf races where speed increases when moving forward in the middle of the race. And if your wise is high enough, you can make a huge what? Huge breakaway? It didn't finish, so I'm kind of confused. Let me actually see if I could. Speed increases when near the front in the middle of the race and increases significantly in turf races if Wise is high enough. I think that's what I meant to say. That is what I meant to say about not to cause a front runner. My bad, guys. For the conditions, condition 1, have the fast learner status effect at the end of training or have at least 800 Ys. The second one, get at least 3 skills for runner aptitude. And that is pretty much it for the Summer Sane Sky. It seems like she's medium distance focus. That's what it seems like for a lot of her other skills. Although you can use her outside of medium distance, obviously, since her unique skill does just say runner and turf. So, and then for, I guess for escape artist, that one you can at least don't need to evolve if you want to use it for other distances. But the other one seems like it's stuck at runner medium distance. So yeah, you could say a little more priority towards medium distance, but you can use it for whatever. If you're not worried about like any niches or whatever for specific Umas. But here we are now with Measure Bright. Right, Measure Bright. And starting off with the level 1 3-star, she is 97 speed, 91 stamina, 97 power, 76 guts, and 89 Ys at level 5 5-star. 118 speed, 111 stamina, 118 power, 93 guts, and 110 Ys. For the aptitude, Turf Runner, pretty much the same as Saiyan Sky, where, well, I guess she has an F in short distance, so if you really, really want to, you can use her. Same thing for Saiyan Sky, I mean. But mile to long distance, as long as you bring up mile to an A, you can use her for mile distance as well. I believe she is more of a betweener, but you can use her as a chaser. That is off from how I remember using her before. And then for her growth rate, it is 5% on both speed and guts, and then 10% on both stamina and Ys. Huh. And then now going over the skills, Unagi Retreat Memory for her unique skill. In the final stretch from the end onward, mid-pack speed increases, and if overtaken in medium or long distance races, the Uma can move slightly ahead. So mainly medium long distance, which makes sense because that is her best distances. And then now going over the innate skills, we have Lock On. For long distance, if you're in the second half of the pack during the second half of the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Great Haste for between or long distance. If you have surplus strength during the first half of the final leg, your speed will slightly increase. Surplus strength as in power? I think. I could be wrong. And then on the move for betweeners, if you're not in the front during the second half of the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase, which is fine because you're using her as a betweener or long distance or chaser, if anything. Probably more betweener because she does have the betweener skills on her. And then for the awakening skills, right turns, your speed status increased by 40 on clockwise tracks. Level 3, one shot. For long distance, if you're in the second half of the pack during the second half of the middle leg, your speed will increase. Level 4, surprise attack, which is this one. For medium long distance, at a random point during the first half of the final leg, if you're in the middle or the back of the pack, you will get a slight speed boost, and then in one fell swoop for level 5 for between or long distance. If you have a surplus strength during the first half of the final leg, your speed will increase. And then from one shot, it goes into, right, this is one shot, right? Yeah, this is one shot. It turns into a beach chase. As the race nears its end from the mid-pack onward, speed increases for a while for medium-long distance. For the conditions, have at least 800 speed. And then the second one, get at least 2 skills for medium or 2 skills for long distance aptitude. And then from in one fell swoop, it goes into, I don't know if it's Rebecca brought by the breeze. I could be wrong how I said that, but in races over 2,000 meters, if you have enough energy early in the final stretch, you can move very far ahead. So I guess if you have a good amount of stamina at the end, I believe that's what it meant. For the conditions, win any G1 race as between your 3 times, and in the second one, have at least 600 stamina. Yeah, it's definitely stamina related. And then that is pretty much it for Measurable Bright, medium long distance focus, I would say. And then we'll take a quick look at Kiseki and Almond Eye for the support cards, which is a stamina Kiseki, and then Almond Eye, if I remember from what Kazuki said, it was guts. But since it's Kiseki, could be what, runner and betweener, right? Because that was the 2 positions she did. I think I could be wrong. But looking at the skills, it looks like long distance, runner, long distance. Yeah, I think just a runner. Oh, okay. So this is just runner, long distance focus. Can be, I wouldn't say it. I think just, yeah, runner, long distance. If you want a runner stamina card. It doesn't have corner recovery, but all the other skills are pretty much long distance or runners. And then we got Almond Eye over here. I assumed it was a leader guts card yesterday when it was mentioned, so let me take a look. Leader medium distance was, I believe. But it looks like it's a mainly medium distance guts card. Yeah, I was gonna say can be neutral, but never mind. Yeah, if you want a medium distance guts card, here you go. That's pretty much what it is. And then we'll take a look at, excuse me, I guess Fusaichi Pandora. Real quick. Well, let me see something real. I guess not. I was trying to see if I could find a missions, but let's jump into these event just so we could take a quick look at Pandora. But it is an event card. Is it an event? Yeah, it is an event card. Did I click the right one? Oh, I didn't. Okay, I was wondering why it looks similar. I'm just trying to see if I could find it. If I could find it. But I need to see the story. So I'll just go here if we want to see Pandora. Oh, because it's at 400k. They never changed that. I mean, it is a wise card. I pretty much have said that, I think pretty much if you don't have any, if you're just new and you don't have any cards yet, event cards are the best way to go. But just make sure you get 400k on your on the events, so you can get it, as you can see here. But obviously, you would want to go all the way just so you can get the carrots and all that. And then to get another copy is a pseudo story, which is over here. And then the rest comes from this. So just make sure you keep training otherwise, or keep clearing missions. Otherwise, you're gonna not get it. So if it matters to you, obviously. But other than that, I would say that is pretty much it for the main part of the video. I'm still here trying to look to see if I can get the mission list, but like I said, it's just pretty straightforward. Accumulate as many, just basically keep training so you can get fans to a certain amount. Win a specific amount of races along with G1 races, and then team trials, which is the PvP. Just make sure you clear it as many times while also getting a certain amount of cumulative score. And then specific races that you will notice has an icon beside it. I don't know. I don't remember the icon, what kind of icon it is, but you'll pretty much see it. So, yeah. Since I can't find the missions anymore for some reason, that's gonna be pretty much it for the main part of the video. Because there's nothing else to mention. So I'll just leave it here. Or should I just stay in the event page? Probably just stay in the event page, if anything. Now I can just go over the comments from the last video. And I think there was comments like 2 videos ago. I think. Or was it I forgot which video it was. I think it was round 2, day 2. Yeah, there is. So yeah, if you guys want to stick around and listen to me go over the comments, feel free to do so. If you guys do want me to go over your comments in future videos, just leave your comments down below in the comment section. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys aren't going to be chilling for me to listen to the comments, understandable, since especially if you didn't post a comment yourself. But like I said, if you guys want me to go over your comments in future videos, just leave it down in the comment section down below. Usually I'll go like 3 videos apart. I think has been what I've been doing. So we'll just stick with that. But I'll start with these comments since they have, well, for some odd reason they were posted on this. Oh no, it makes sense why it was commented on this, because these were the comments I went over yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But some of them didn't make it since I had finished already recording, and two of those comments are from Tanoki. First one says Shushu recording. That or someone added comments after. You are pretty off from me. Going over. I think you were a few hours off. You were definitely a few hours off. Tanoki. So I think you were the only one that added comments after. Kazuki did add comments after, but I think I narrowly added it towards the end. The second comment from Tanoki says, new announcements during Pocket Live was uneventful. My wish for a quiet scenario change to half Annie seems to come true, which is perfectly fine. And then Kazuki, because I think Kazuki and Tanoki may have commented in the most recent video yesterday. I'll go over this real quick, and it says, heck yeah, my main account is on drought season. Finally, some good events like the story event, Master Challenge, and mid-August 5.5 Annie login bonus. Also, if you guys didn't see, yesterday I did pretty much went ham on all the other games, or some of the other games, with Zenless posting the polls for Remiel and the story, which I believe could have been around 4 hours and 15 minutes rather than my a little over 4.5, because I did end up doing and then opening the chest that requires like a small mini game or whatever. I don't know if that made effect, but I also, because I do like trying to see some more context if I can, or just trying to see the surroundings. I do essentially interact with a lot of the stuff around sometimes, or most of the time. So that's probably the reason why I had an extra like 30 minutes, if anything. And then also my polls for Eroy. So if you guys haven't seen the polls yet, feel free to do so. And then if you guys want to see the story, obviously it's a story. It is season 3 chapter 2. But other than that, I'm gonna start going over the comments from the last video, continuing off with Tanoki's, and then Kazuki's, and then from there we'll go with someone I don't think I've seen here at all yet. So and then on to Nova's as per usual. So continue off with Tanoki's I'm safe for summer banners. My wish for, oh, he pretty much said the same thing here. Think Tanoki realized that he may have had done his comment a little too late on that video. So I guess just repeating what he said is perfectly fine. So I guess thank you Tanoki for the comments, appreciate it as always. Next one, the last one from Kazuki says, Masters Challenge done in one day, though I could say level 2 surprised me quite well, especially for the sprint. It gave me a hard time on liking level 3. Maybe it'd be like that sometimes, but thank you Kazuki for the comments, appreciate it as always. And then the new commenter that I haven't seen before, I believe so, it says, oh man, sad for the result, don't want to spoil for the others. Fair enough. And I was wondering if you take requests for Umas to use in runs, because I see almost no or Ferb runs on YouTube. Well, yes, I do take requests, as long as I do have the Uma. I'm assuming you're asking for an Orferv run, which is perfectly fine with me, because I do run Orferv here and there, for the most part. I guess you could say I don't do it often, but I do run Orferv as much as I can. I have taken her to dirt races, medium, long. I believe in a mile, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to see an Orferv run, I'll do it tomorrow. Perfectly fine. And then also thoughts on the new Summer Immeasurable Bright and Seiyu Sky. Well, I went over it. I went over it. Obviously, Seiyu Sky is you can use it for any other distances if you wanted to, since her unique doesn't really have a specific niche towards it. It just needs to be a turf race and just using her as a runner. But it does seem like her best position based on her skills would be medium distance. So I would say she's like kind of niche with that in that regard. Since both her evolve skills do involve going into medium distance and front runner or runner. So yeah, but at least one of them, Escape Artist, does stay as I think it just stays as a runner, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head. Yeah, just runner. I just checked. As for Measurable Bright, she is good for pretty much medium long distance, so perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. As for me, for asking what I think if it comes to polling wise, I honestly don't give that kind of thoughts, because what I like to say, just pull for the characters you want to pull for. If you want to go the meta route, that's all on you. I don't care for the meta, so I just pull for characters that I want to pull for. If they somehow end up being meta, that's just how it is. That's just how it's been for me since literally since the beginning. I would say. Well, I guess I would say more importantly when it came towards Christmas Cap. That one I've been using that one for forever. Still using her to this day. And then when New Year's Kita came out, same thing. So if they end up being meta, they just end up being meta. But my initial thoughts, they're not bad for what they're for. So I guess medium distance or medium long distance. But other than that, yeah, I'll do a Orferv run tomorrow. So hopefully I'll see you in the comment section when I go over this video tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully. And just knowing I'll most likely be doing that Orferv run by then. So thank you, Haxer, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. And lastly, our comments from Nova. And the first one says, Measurable Bright and Sky. I guess that's a pass for me. I can't afford to spend rocks before the anniversary. They're releasing a Summer Pandora card, so Summer Pandora confirmed. Maybe. Because since it is the event card, there's a higher likelihood that she will get released as a summer character. The reason why I say that is because Dormentes, I believe, wasn't a summer, or it was a summer card, but it wasn't part of the event, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why she didn't end up getting her summer alt, I would say. At least that's what I think. But at the same time, you saying that you can't afford to spend any carrots or rocks before the half Annie, with how much you have and also the tickets, hey, you're full of crap. You could totally do it if you wanted to. If you wanted to, for Measure Bright at least. At least assuming that you are Team Measure Satono, right? But I don't know if you actually... Well, no, yeah, you do. You did pull for the Measure banner. But since it's Measure Bright and Sky, you don't want to pull. Also, can we get Ryan a new hairstyle, please, Side Games? They'll probably give her a new hairstyle, but somehow still make it like her original hairstyle. That's what I think. That is what I think. Asta responded and says, for instance, I wasn't expecting the Sky skin since the last one is Ballroom, if we're talking about the JP version. I'm just looking at the statistics. That was 4 years ago. They haven't forgotten the old one. Well, I mean, they held off on Cinderella Grey for Cap until Cinderella Grey was released. That was pretty much, what, 3 to 4 years, I would say also. Since Cap was released early, well, I guess a little over 3 years. So who knows how long it would have been since they would have given her that alt or anime collab third costume if they didn't do Cinderella Grey. Probably earlier. I mean, if you think about it, Rudolph also hasn't gotten her second alt or third costume. And her alt, the festival alt, was released prior, I think earlier than the Ballroom, Saiyan Sky. And earlier than Christmas Cap, so I think it's just pick and choose. I think it's pick and choose for Side Games. Because I felt like a lot of the Umas that had gotten their second alts should have already gotten their third alts, but a lot of them hasn't. One reason, obviously, a lot of these new Umas are being released throughout the year. And then some Umas getting their third alts here and there, so it is what it is. And then Nova says in response, almost forgot about Sky as an Uma. I guess that would just be you, Nova. I guess that would just be you, Nova. But thank you, Asta, for replying to this comment. Kazuki be spamming comments, but that's my job. Don't take that away from me. Well, I wouldn't say spamming comments. What Kazuki does, besides the one-on-one conversation you guys had yesterday that I did not go over, because that would have taken me a little bit longer than I wanted to if I did add that. What Kazuki does a lot is the main comment and then sub comments to his main comment. Or thoughts and all of that. I don't know. That's what it feels like. So I don't know. Like he'll have one main comment and then somehow branch into another 5 for whatever reason. That's what it is. Rather than compared, well, I mean, to you do have your bunch of comments, but a lot of them are different topics for the most part, while Kazuki's will just stay within the one topic. So that's the differences. That's the difference there. Maybe in Mongol is a destroyer, so yeah, it's a must. Well, I don't understand much, but I know that I need all the destroyers. Well, the destroyers are the main, are I think the ones that works well against bosses. Then the fighters are just your general DPSs, I guess. And obviously supporters is supporters, so I don't know what, I didn't take a look at the Inquisitor chick, so it's funny because I did look at the banner and I did look at the event page for her, or like her page on the event, but I didn't see what position or what role she is, so that I don't remember. I don't exactly remember. It could be any Annie, honestly. 100-day Annie for sure, but it is a 100-day Annie. I just had to make sure. Mongol EOS confirmed. Well, I'm joking, but collabing with Persona 5 would seal the deal. Would seal the deal for a EOS? Why would? Huh? Why would that be the case? I'll get it here. Is there a context that I don't understand about collabing with Persona 5? Because technically speaking, Wuwa did collab with Persona 5. Although it's just a bike collab, or like the bike skins and all that. They technically did collab with Persona 5s, but this is manga we're talking about. I don't know how they would collab with Persona 5 to begin with, since yeah, I just don't see it happening, just based off the setting of the game. But we'll see. I don't know why you mentioned that. Is there something I know that you don't? Probably. We had that conversation before you forgot. You don't have use as W engine, and I don't have dial-ins. We may have had that conversation in the past, and yes, I most likely did forget. So, and the only reason why I would assume you or be surprised that you didn't have dial-ins W engine again is because knowing you, I just assumed that you would have just swiped and pulled for the W engine regardless. Just because of knowing you being a baby whale, depending on what game, I guess. But just knowing that you would swipe, just gives me that assumption that you swiped for it regardless. So that's on me, Nova. I might forget again in maybe a year. So why is March 7th called March 7th? It's awfully close to my birthday. Well, you would only know if you played the game. So she is called March 7th because I guess for you it's fine to talk about this. Her lore is they found her in a special type of ice in space, and then March 7th is basic. She decided to take in that name as the date to commemorate the date she is quote unquote rebirthed into the world. So March 7th is her name, which is tied to the day she was, in a sense, reborn or awoken from the ice. There you go. That is your lore on March 7th's name. With Genshin, I left and I came back and left. 7.0 might be interesting though. Are we? I don't even necessarily remember the version we're in. Version info? Yeah, I literally went to the Hoyo launcher just so I could see what the heck version we're in Genshin for whatever reason. Can I just see it? Oh wait, this is Zenless. Why did I click Zenless? Whoops. Well, if I go off the if I go off the name, it says version Luna 8. Now, oh, I just realized we are getting close to the time where we will go to version 7.0, right? Yeah, because it'll usually release around September. So being that it's practically gonna be August, as you can see, me and Genshin, I even though I do play Genshin, I'm still slightly detached from it. Slightly. Oh no, is that really? Are they really finally releasing a Yoimiya skin? Are they finally releasing it, or is it released yet? I don't know. I've been waiting for Yoimiya skin for years. For years. Oh, and speaking about skins, they have the dual skin pack for Remia and Zenless. Am I gonna get both? Probably. Probably. Hey, if you actually play Genshin at 7.0, that'd be surprising to me. Considering you were You were more off of Genshin than I was. And your only reason for coming back was Sandrone after all these years. So my reason for coming back a couple years or a few years ago was because I was like, you know what? I'll play it again. And it was literally after I had the first month or two of Star Rail, I believe. I was like, maybe I'll play Genshin again. Because I was enjoying Star Rail, so that's how I came back to Genshin. Zenless blessed me Remio after a Nekomata, but the bright side is that I don't feel... I'm assuming you don't feel bad because you didn't add a... It literally just says, I don't feel about losing to her, so... To finish it, I don't feel bad about losing to her. It's broken. It sounds broken as hell, but whatever. Now I am planning to get Sigrid and her W engine. I know that Norma is a good pair with her, but I'm gonna get Trigger in as substitute. As sort of spending event, it is tempting to get that Remio background. I did see that Remio background. I don't think I'll be spending that much because I'm just going for the skins, right? Because normally I do go for skins. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll end up spending that much. But background is tempting. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm in the same boat as you. But if you saw my video of my polls, then you saw my video for the polls. As for Sigrid, she is ice, right? Because I know yesterday I mentioned when I mentioned about Miyabi, how I was like, I'm gonna keep using Miyabi, even though Promeo was pretty much gonna replace her as the ice anomaly. And I believe I mentioned something about an ice attack. Is Sigrid an ice attack? I didn't quite get to confirm that yesterday when I was playing the story, for whatever reason. Actually, let me check myself. Where's Sigrid? All I'm gonna say is she is ice attack. Okay. So while I was yapping about that yesterday, saying why didn't they just release an ice attack? Here we are. Here we are in ice attack. So never mind. Never mind. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I will say that for the stories, I think you'll enjoy it, Nova, once again because of more lore. And maybe you'll like Sigrid more. Because just remembering all her parts that standed out to me. Yeah. Yeah. If you know, you know. I'm pretty sure you might play it this weekend. But yeah, it's yeah. Yeah. I learned that gacha players are stuck with the mindset when it comes to the gacha system. Mathematically speaking, the new gacha system is better, but it doesn't. I'm gonna put quotes on this one because you didn't. You put it in caps though, but feel good to pull. The feeling part doesn't mean it's objectively bad in the first place. I feel like part of this complaint also has to do with people who wants to build pity for whatever reason on banners that shouldn't matter to them. Because doesn't Enfield doesn't carry over? At least I'm not quite fully understanding of Enfields, but I don't think it fully carry overs right after a certain point or whatever. At least that's my assumption. But regardless of that, whether I'm correct or wrong, if it's just a whole field thing, then everything's just BS on their end. Because if you lay down the math, 90 guarantee, which is there's still the 50-50 of losing, so 180 to pretty much a guarantee getting the character, the limited character, if you don't get them in between. You're pretty much still winning in said other games like NT. Well, NT is guaranteed regardless, but 90 at NT, starting at 70, you get increased rates. Enfield all the way to 120, right? Guaranteed. Was it 90 or 80? I think 90. When you get the 50-50 pretty much, and then if not, you just pull a couple more, and then you get the guaranteed. So that just saying that out loud already sounds way better than going a whole nother 90 pulls, possible chance of 90 pulls again, just to get the limited characters. So yeah, I don't get people. It's just basically one person or a couple people complains, and then all the people just basically bandwagons and hop on and just join the bandwagon. It's like swarms of ants or bugs or whatever. Basically, it's just trying to make a point, without realizing that if you think about it just a little bit more, it's can it be a little bit better than how Hoyo's doing it. So it's kind of like, forget these people, which is why I don't like people, or I don't like how people would just judge a game judge a gacha game based off the gacha system. Because like I've said heavily yesterday, that the gacha is just a way of getting the characters. The main importance of the game is the story and other aspects of the game. I don't think it should be a deal breaker of whether or not you should either give it a shot or not of playing, because that's a ton of BS. It's like reading the summary in the back of a book without knowing if it actually sounds, or if it's actually better than how it sounds. You know, you're just getting a preview, but you're simply just judging from the preview, and you're just like, I'm not feeling it. I ain't gonna read it. Or I ain't gonna watch it. If you read the synopsis of a certain show or whatever, or a trailer, you know. So I'm just kind of like, whatever. Which is why I said, if you're just gonna judge the gacha system, go play whatever other game that doesn't have a gacha system in it. Hence why I said go play Final Fantasy, the remake of Final Fantasy VII, or any other JRPG, RPG games, or story games out there. Heck, even just online games. You don't have to deal with gacha for the most part, right? Yeah, just go back to those games rather than spreading your negativity to the gacha games. Because if you're gonna be that negative without even playing the game itself, or knowing too much about the game, regardless, just knowing the game itself and trying it out, or if you're already spreading negativity about said game without it being released because you're just seeing, oh my gosh, this gacha system is just like Enfield, then yeah, just forget about playing gacha games overall if that's how you're going to judge games. It may sound harsh coming from me, but that's just how I see it. I enjoy the games just for simply enjoying the games, not because of the gacha system. And a lot of those people who probably complain about the gacha system are probably part of the same people who wanted to skip story and doesn't understand what's going around in the story. Probably also, those people are also free-to-play players who complain so much about the game, keep yapping about it, who doesn't have some kind of what's that word I'm looking for? Basically didn't put any money in the game to support it, even just a little bit, even if it's just to buy skins here and there, which I do sometimes. But these are basically pure free-to-play players who just decide to just complain about everything, even though they don't contribute into the game somehow, some way. Which I would think is majority of the people who yaps and complains. Especially on the gacha side. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. But that's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. Y'all like a swarm of ants, bees, or whatever. So it is what it is. But it costs only like 120 per pull in Blue Archive. Oh, so that's what, 1200 per 10 pull? Enfield is stupidly expensive, which is why that is my main complaint when it comes to Enfield's gacha system. Because to me, their gacha system is perfectly fine. But 5,000? Really? That is, and I've seen some stupid stuff that online. There was like a whole thing about Wua. They were like talking to or trying to send a message to the devs or so whatever, saying, "Kuro, change the 50, get rid of the 50-50. You're using players because of it." Um, hmm? Realize Wua has been extremely doing well recently, even more than when it first originally came out. Whether we're talking like come on, what are you talking about here now? The reason why people are leaving because of 50-50 is because they get freaking butthurt the fact that they lost their 50-50. They get butthurt, they start complaining, and they're like, I don't want to play the game anymore. I've seen too many of those things, too many of those exact same lines. Oh, I lost the 50-50. I'm going to quit the game. Oh, I got this and I got... Yeah, go ahead. Sure, whatever. We don't need you guys. We don't need you guys. If you truly, like I said, if you truly care about the game and like the game you play, you wouldn't leave just because of the 50-50. Like literally one day, yesterday I saw someone on Twitter post their 50-50 loss to Yanagi, and they're like, yeah, I'm quitting the game. I'm like, well, it's that's just your guys' fault. Whoever gets butthurt and quits the game because of that, that's all on you. That's all on you. It's not their fault. There's so many other games have other games have the 50-50 system. Or well, not I want to say so many, but other games have 50-50 systems. You should have been well aware of it already. And if you've been playing Zenless since day one, why are you only complaining about it now? Or you've probably been complaining about it the whole time. And you finally just decided no. So no. If you've been well aware that there's this 50-50 system in place for the whatever game you're playing or other games, yeah, you're just leaving on your own accord at that point. And I would say that you weren't really truly a fan of the game or really supported the game at all or liked the game because you're letting a whole gotcha system get to you. I still stand by that. I'm gonna stand on 10 toes strong on that. I'm gonna die on the hill where if you quit a game or spread negativity towards a game because of the gotcha system, you never really cared about gotcha systems in general. Or gotcha games in general. You only cared about the system and pulling for characters and not for the actual meat and potatoes of the game. I'm gonna die on that hill, just like Nova's gonna die on the hill of of the villain characters. But moving on, I think it's probably because I did the Enfield story later than you did, so yeah. Are we talking about the most recent story? Yeah, because I started doing that right away. I don't know why we're mentioning the Enfield story. I don't remember what about Enfield yesterday besides the gotcha system I mentioned about. Ah, maybe the you were talking about Arcane's mastery, the mushrooms, right? Or the flowers? Yeah. I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that would probably be the case. That would probably be the case. Because immediately after I finished the story, I did look for that specific mushroom or flower, and then I brought it straight to I made enough seeds so I could get it started in the growth chamber in the Dijang. So yeah, that's most likely the case. Do you think the Rupture class will be forgotten? I'm thinking that we might be moving on from Rupture, but maybe it's too early to tell for season 3. I don't think we're gonna move on from Rupture. I think it'll still extend somehow, some way. Maybe. If not, then it'll probably be the end of Rupture. That's simple as that. They'll either continue on with it, or they'll completely axe it out. But I think they'll continue on with it. I think. Because if they get rid of it, then we're looking at... Well, we did get a new element, right? Because I farmed the crap out of Wind. And I forgot, and I just to see that she was a whole different type. Whereas in season 2, we did get Rupture. So maybe this new type is the reason why we don't get a new or any more Rupture, or this could just be, we might get a Rupture version of whatever that type is. I forgot what it's called already, but I already have my Remio built. Although I do want to do a little more farming on the disc drives because I want to get 4,000 attack, which I do have, but also 400 anomaly proficiency, which I'm like a couple off. So now these BA LARPers want to boycott Blue Archive, and I'm like, where have I heard that term boycott in the gacha space before? Also, boycotting means you're not spending money in the first place. A free-to-play has been technically boycotting since day yeah. Since day one, yeah. I mean, boycott was in Genshin also. But it's like, what did I say? A lot of these people who yaps and complains in the gacha space are most likely the free-to-play players who doesn't contribute towards the game, are probably the same people who is boycotting, like you said. So, whether they quote unquote boycott or don't play the game, it's no difference from them playing the game and not boycotting, and so yeah. Yeah. Oh great, now there's no new Uma players to poke fun of. That used to be Rick. Rick came way before Kazuki. Yagami Light is a Uma? Well, it was supposed to be Callstone Light, but I don't know who the heck Kazuki was talking about. I just assumed it was the Light, and he just made the L into an R, but he also spelled it differently. So I don't know. That's a runner stamina card, mind you. Eugen might be the one to rise up soon. Hey, maybe I don't think he has the pulls to do so. I don't think so. Uma has been pretty tame in the goon department. I mean, I guess the jiggle physics is good stuff, but they made the summer Vivlos more cute than erotic. Donna became more cute with her Valentine ult. Who is the goon-worthy Uma? I think it's because there's people like you, Nova, that makes games like Uma seem gooner because you're trying to look for the goon in it. I'm gonna say it. Uma was definitely not a gooner game, or meant to be a gooner game, especially in comparison to the likes of Zenless and Girls Frontline. Yes, there's jiggle physics, but that's probably the most you'll see. So I'm not surprised that Vivlos is more cute rather than a rock. This is you being the gooner yourself. Nova. It's, like I said, it's people like you that makes games that aren't supposed to be seen as gooner be more gooner than it is because you're looking for specific things. Unless the game itself is already they're not shy about it, like Zenless and Girls Frontline. But it'd be like you, Nova, where you're looking for it, trying to wonder who the goon is. Yeah. A perfect example of this would be Genshin, in my opinion, and Star Rail. We'll start with Star Rail. When you gave me that list and you said Herdo was the gooner or goon of Star Rail, and I'm like, the frick do you mean? There's nothing about her that I think is goon related or gooner related. Like I said, it's either Dahlia or Kafka when it comes down to that, if you really want to think about it. But Star Rail doesn't really want you to think about it like that. I would say an honorable mention would be Sparkle. If you know, you know. Now let's go to Genshin. You said Lauma, but before Lauma, there wasn't really any other characters. The only one I could think of is literally Moika because of how they dressed her, but that's pretty much it. But whoever decided to put, and when I first saw Lauma, I had no qualms or no thoughts about that at all until you gave me that list, Nova. So whoever did that list to begin with, well, that made you commented on it, and made me comment on it. Whoever did it for Genshin and Star Rail, in my opinion, is the one who put it out there. And then there's obviously the people who use has no shame in showing off their modded accounts. So just because they, like, I seen Tosa Karin from the Star Rail collab, people had mods for her where they literally just showed her feet and her legs and all that. I'm just like, people like you are the reason why games are getting labeled as Gooner or whatever. So no, Nova, I am not gonna answer who's the goon worthy Uma. Because I don't think it's Pretty Derby definitely ain't that kind of game. Pretty Derby definitely ain't that type of game. I'm gonna let you do that as the guy who looks for these certain things and assets and these characters. Am I wrong, Nova? Am I wrong, Nova? Like, I'm gonna say it for like NTE, for example. I didn't look for it. When I first saw Hotori's when I first pulled Hotori and then I got her skin gacha, and I was just running with her and it just happened in front of me. I'd just be like, damn. So, and then yes, this was also around the same time with Lucilla. Her ult, damn. You know. But I didn't look for it. It just happened. It just so happened to happen in front of me. Unlike Nova over here, who's like looking for it. Like, you could literally tell he's looking for it because he literally put out Vivlos was more cute than erotic. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? I'm not against it, but I'm just saying it's people like you, Nova, that labels games to be, or looking for the goon in games. So yeah, that's just all you, Nova. I'm gonna let you deal with that yourself, or figure it out yourself. And then lastly, well, for now, before I refresh, thank you, Shushu. We need more people who can appreciate gacha now more than ever. Hey man, I'm just being real. These gacha games are essentially, if you think about it, just your general RPG story games, RPG, adventure, whatever you want to call them. For the most part, like if we're talking about WoW and all that, or open world games, just with a gacha element to it. And I already love playing JRPG games, RPG, story, open world games in general for the longest time ever. So which is why I do have a true appreciation to these gacha games, because I know for a fact that these gacha games shouldn't be judged based off their gacha systems. Which is why I got harsh, real, and whatever when it came down to it yesterday or the past couple times. So, and like I said, I'm gonna stand on 10 toes strong. I'm gonna die on this hill, because I'm appreciating the game for what it is, not for what I see or what I have not tried, essentially. So I still stand by it. If you're gonna complain about a gacha game for the gacha system, or for not even experiencing the game itself, and you're just there spreading negativity, yeah, go back. Just stick to non-gacha games. Just, I don't know, go play Valorant or single player story games or whatever on consoles or on Steam that are not gacha games. So you don't have to complain. Go complain about the story, I guess, if you don't want to play this actual story of said gacha game. So yeah, I stand strong on that. 10 toes strong. 10 toes strong. But other than that, there aren't any more comments. So thank you, Nova, Kazuki, Tanoki, and I think it was Haxor for the comments. Appreciate it as always. And then Asta for appearing in one of the comments from Nova. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be pretty much it for this video. I know it's a little bit longer, but I did kind of go along with the responses, but it is what it is. Still generally along the length of my normal videos for the trading. So tomorrow, like I said, for Haxor, I'm assuming you wanted Orferv as the request, based off your comments. So tomorrow's video will be an Orferv run, and hopefully I'll see you in the comment section, Orferv. Haxor, for the while I go over the Orferv run tomorrow. and maybe you'll be a normal commenter. And just I don't normally go on those rants or just being blunt and honest about my takes. That's like I said, at the end of the day, it's just me. I don't usually do that, but it became like a topic brought up, and I probably brought up, but also some people brought up because of seeing the hate towards Silver Palace's gacha system, aka also Enfields and all that. But they want to appreciate NTEs, which, let's face it, it's technically still the same thing. I'm gonna say it again, it's technically still the same thing. You're guaranteed to get it on 90, you're guaranteed to get Enfield at 120, you're guaranteed to get Silver Palace at 100. What is the difference? Like I said, 10 toes strong. 10 toes strong. You're gonna leave because you think that sounds bad? You weren't meant to play gacha games, because you only appreciate the gacha system and not the game itself. But yeah, I don't normally go over these rants and all that. This is just because it's been like a heavy topic, and I might as well let out my 2 cents out of it, you know? Talk my 2 cents or whatever. Let it be known where I stand. Like I said, 10 toes strong. I'm gonna stand on this hill about that. I'm pretty sure Nova's in agreement with what I said, so thank you, Nova. There is also a comment from Nova. I might as well go over this. This was posted last week, but it had something to do with Wuwa's story. And I forgot to go over it. I was aware of it. It says, one thing I forgot to add about the new Wuwa lore is that these sentinels might all be put in place by the alien civilization that Rover came from. That is true. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that when I was talking about Rover's background. That is true. Rover's mission was essentially to help transport these sentinels into the specific areas, which is why they knew who Rover was in a sense, right? And then which is why, and then the what is that thing called? Or those things called? Obviously they were there to go fight against the Lament and Thernodians. But also I'm not going to read the whole comment. I'm just going to speak in terms of the lore. And then the things that were transporting these sentinels were obviously the big robot. I forgot the name. But that big robot, that was AKA not the sentinel, but the big robot. That was the thing that was transporting the sentinels, and then one of them basically got attacked by that Thernodian in Lahairoi, and that's why it ended up there. If I'm not mistaken, something like that along those lines. But yeah, it's where Rover came from. They made all that happen. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And then you were comparing it to the Thernodians and all that are a threat to the universe rather than just on the planet, because it seems like they do have other planets. And I also mentioned that Rover's civilization also founded the Black Shores. So yeah, there was that. But think of the Brethren Moons and the Necromorphs from Dead Space franchise, if you will. Perhaps Rover really was sent to this planet as a key to defeating all Thernodians in different missions, aka her mission. I mentioned this before also. Still, the setback was that she got her memories erased. Yes, she did. Also, I need to know, what is the past relationship between Rover and the Fraxidus? Yes, we do need to know that. From the anime trope I've seen, this one is saying that Rover might have worked with them in the past. I would say that could be a possibility, since they aren't entirely like aggressive towards her. Entirely. Yes, they're still fighting her and all that, but not like, full extent, like all out war, like they were true enemies.
they definitely have history, or because maybe they're aware that Rover doesn't have her memories, his or her memories, depending on whatever you use or gender you're using. That maybe they're taking advantage of that fact that she doesn't have her memories of the past to possibly just recruit her rather than force her, you know? At least that's what I think. And then also on Zenless, when I said yesterday that what was the story behind Sunbringer and why Remiel attacked her. What did I say yesterday? That maybe it could have been planned or something along the lines of that. Play the story, Nova. Play the story, Nova. Because I know at least you have a deep, at least a real appreciation of the story. Because we do have conversations about it or talk about it here and then. So, with that being said, again, thank you, Nova, for the comments. And then also, Tanoki, Haxer, Kazuki, and Asta for replying into the comments as well. And yeah, with that being said, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. If you guys didn't make it this far, especially since I did pretty much go like, what, 30-40 minutes of just going over the comments. If you guys didn't make it this far after all, that I do appreciate it. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know if you guys pulled for the summer banner. If not, fair enough. I'm pretty sure we're all just going to be waiting for the half Annie at this point. So if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And I'll probably make space for the circle later today or tomorrow. So starting August with the August videos, next Monday I'll start mentioning the circle again for a few days. And yeah, but I do need to go and record global. So if you guys haven't joined our Discord server, link is down in the description down below. And with that being said, guys, thank you once again. As always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.